So I'm Sarang Kulkarni and I'm a co-founder and type designer at Type. We design contemporary typefaces for Indian scripts. Today I'll be talking about the diverse multi-script ecosystem in India and our interaction with it. I'll share some of our projects, inspiration and challenges. To give you a bit of a context, we design or rather we have designed typefaces for 17 of many writing systems that exist in India. As we all know, India is a multilingual country. There are many scripts which represent these languages. I'm sure you guys are aware about the figures from publication industry. Majority of the newspapers and websites are available in single script. But multi-script usage is commonly seen across signages. Signages can be bilingual, trilingual, or in some cases it will be quadrilingual as well. The combination of script or language changes according to the region you're in. Even the train tickets, national IDs, forms related to banking are also set in multi-scripts. In short, we are all surrounded with letter forms of different scripts. Let's look at some statistics. So India is always considered in numbers. Starting phase of internet was completely based on English. As the other language support started improving, the Indian language bar is moving higher and higher. Similarly, the internet users are growing day by day. Many times when we read that the Indian languages are dying, it's true that some of the less spoken languages or dialects are dying or on the edge of dying. But on the other side, if we see, there are 7,000 plus languages in the world and 6 Indian languages falls under top 20 or 9 Indian languages falls under top 40 list. That means these languages has way more longer life. So coming back to multi-script projects, most of our projects are collaboration between different designers. We have a team of people across the subcontinent who are experts in their respective scripts. Based on the requirement of the project, we assembled a team. Our projects includes like calligraphy, typography, type design, multilingual branding and logotypes. So a common requirement which we get from agencies or design studios is basically to extend their existing brand identity into various Indian regional languages. In most cases, the existing design is in Latin or in rare cases it will be in Devanagari. Agencies provide us the existing logo with its transliteration into different languages. And our brief is to create various regional languages matching with the Latin logo, which reflects the visual identity of the brand across the scripts. So many times the length of the logo can be drastically different. You can see these two transliterations here. In the process of matching visual languages, many projects, not every project is simple or similar. There are different challenges because of the language structure or the logo which is designed in Latin. So we focus on giving justice to each script, and here we see to it that every script has its own width and the weight which is managed. Let me give you an example. In thumbs up logo, you can see those two spikes which are coming, one is from the top and one is from the bottom. But in Bangla, we kept both on the top because adding the spikes at the bottom will change the meaning of the word. Our decisions are based on the overall approach of design and not just a literally matching the logotype. Luckily in this case, the Latin logo and the Bangla logo wordings are not drastically different, so we could put it into a hand, shape of the hand. There is no set formula that works every time, so our solution changes as per the logo. The Latin logo of Fanta is playful and quirky. Letters vary in sizes and it's constructed using the straight line, giving the same flair of Bangla. After several trials, we reached up to this stage. In early 2020, Cadbury India decided to replace the dairy milk with the word thank you with different languages as a limited edition release. In English, the dairy milk and the thank you word has a similar word length, but it's quite different with other scripts. So we had to incorporate the casualness of lettering, the wave of the logo type, and the alignment of the Cadbury logo and the milk glasses. The logos looks different when you place together, but they look quite well if they use separately. Let me give you an interesting case study. It is rare for us that the client, who understand multiple scripts at the same time. So most of the time, client understand one or two scripts. Here, when client doesn't understand the foreign script or a different script, that time the feedback can be very unusual. In this case, after presenting the Sprite logo to a client was unhappy with the small s form in Bangla script and asked us to replace with the uppercase Latin S. We got a call and tried to explain them that this will create a problem. I said I'll replace the Bangla half sir with the Latin S if they agree to replace the Latin S with the Bangla sir. So in this situation, eventually they dropped the idea that we thought so, but while searching for the image for this presentation, we stumble on the current logo which is used in Bangladesh, and guess what, they have used the different logo altogether with the Latin uppercase S. Now coming back to fonts, type and the font, there are similar words. So type has released many fonts in last 10 years. We have customized the fonts for many companies as well as most of them are free. So the fonts, what you see here, all the fonts, Mukta, Balu, Anek, Sama, except Sama, Modak, Gotu, Jaini, they are free. And the color fonts also we are licensing on our website. So I'm just giving you a quick glance of the font. So Mukta is a text typeface designed for a specifically heavy usage. This font is available in 7 weights and 5 scripts. Next year we'll be releasing 3 more fonts on Google Fonts. Balu is we have designed in 11 scripts and 5 weights. This is also supporting Arabic and Vietnamese languages. It can be used for all India projects and branding and communication. You must have seen this font in different usage. Modak is also one of the experimented typeface. We thought while working on the sketches, we'll complete it. It took us around 2 years to complete. This is also available on Google Font. And this is the Jaini typeface, which is based on the 15th century manuscript. It's one of the unique font from Indian calligraphic traditional fonts. And this is our latest release. This is a multi-script typeface called Anek. The word Anek means many or multiple. It is a family of multiple weights, widths and the scripts. It is also reflection of multiple voices, ideas and perspective. Anek is based on the latest technology called variable fonts. So earlier you must have seen that when you use the font, you have multiple files like light, bold, medium, condensed or expanded. Variable technology is giving you the flexibility of putting all the fonts together into one file, one font file, single. Okay. I'll try to play this if it moves. Otherwise, there is some slide which is moving. This is not moving for some reason. So you can here you can see in Illustrator you can basically change the width and the weight of the font. I'll move to other slides to make this happen. Also these fonts, when you go on a Google Fonts, you can always check the fonts, put your text, change the width and the weight, and it is moving. Yeah, this slide is moving. It's slowly moving. So the fonts are not moving or in motion. You can decide the weight and the width and stop wherever you want. So this will give you a flexibility of, rather than squeezing or stretching the font, you can use the way you want to fit it into the required space. Now it has 40 static font as well as a single variable font file to use. So you can decide which one to use. The whole idea behind this project is basically creating a font which will work for brands to communicate in the same visual language. So across, anybody is selling services or the product, they can use these fonts. Here you can see on your left Tamil and right Malayalam, left is Gujarati and right is Latin. So to give a justice to each script, I'll say, put it this way, that we don't want other script to dominate, on other scripts. So idea is to visually create consistency across fonts, so Devanagari or Odia. So the whole texture itself is different, but it should look like a one font family. Into 2022, this year we got 3 international awards for this project, because it's a massive project in the history of Indian type design, where we have released 400 fonts of 10 different scripts. Let me show you some of the font in use, where when we travel in different cities, it is rare to see that, we travel and we just keep clicking pictures across, because most of the fonts are available on Google, so we get to see that they are in use. So these are like airports, metros, museums. This is Mumbai Museum, one is Bihar. Or political propaganda, they use fonts. Newspaper, apps and websites. Television channels. Brands like Facebook. Movie posters. And recently for COVID campaign, it was used in Maharashtra across. And this is a newspaper from Tory Times for protesting farmers in Chandigarh. So these fonts are free, that is one of the reasons, but one more reason people are using, I think, because they are contemporary, and all the matras, all the functionality of the font, everything will work perfectly fine on even in print or even on screen. So that is the plus point of these fonts. And I'll show you a last activity of my presentation, which is, we call it a letterbox India. We have this physical letterbox in our office, and at tea time we ask our designers to draw letters and we put it in a letterbox. Yeah. So this is an exploration, letter exploration. We can't design fonts because it takes time, but we always encourage designers to come up with different ideas, new ideas. Some of them are single letters, some of them are words. So these are not fonts, but they are, as in sketches. And some of them will, one of them, this is a project which is, we are working and taking towards completing as a font. Some of these projects got like some commercial angle to it. So one of the letterbox project liked by Amir Khan production, then they asked us to design a movie poster for us, movie logo, Lapata Ladies, which is designed in 3 scripts. So in short, India is a type wonderland. The sheer variety, diversity and the complexity of different scripts are fascinating and daunting at the same time. I hope you enjoyed the small glimpse of the presentation. Thank you.